doing? You okay? It's been a tough 18 months or so. You've been doing okay? You got through it? Yeah. Good stuff. Brilliant. Let me explain how tonight's going to work. Thanks very much for coming out, of course. There's two shows tonight. We're doing a 6 o'clock and a 9 o'clock. I'm sure some of you have had these tickets for quite a while. Some of you have had them for like 2 years or something. 2 years. Some of you might have, like when you bought them, were a big fan, and now not. That's how quickly things can change. The maddest thing is, some people might be here with somebody who, when they bought the tickets, they weren't with. And if you're sat with the person who bought the tickets 2 years ago and you've only been with them for less than that time, you will know you're in somebody else's seat right now. Well, that's the conversation for you for later. That's not let it spot that night. This will be fun. We'll have a good time tonight. Work in Progress are different sort of gigs than your normal sort of tour shows where you wallop on and you come in, you do all your gags, and you know what you're getting, and it's fine. Literally, I don't know what's going to happen tonight. It'll be fun. It'll be exciting. There'll be moments where I talk about things that. And something will come out and I think, oh, that's good, that's quite fun. And you might come and see me at Lancaster or somewhere else later on in the tour when the tour's fully up and running, and you'll have been here tonight and you'll go, oh God, this is that bit that he did on the night. Now it's like a full 5-10 minutes long. I remember when this was shit, and now so you'll be getting some ideas, some thoughts, some jokes, some routines that are new and new little nuggets, and you'll also be hearing some jokes making their farewell debut. So, I'm just going to go. Let me answer a question though, because I know that a lot of you will be thinking this question. Most audiences are thinking this question when I come out on stage, to be honest. Every show in the world, not just me, theatre shows, music shows, comedy shows, movies, every audience member is thinking this question. You either thought it today, you're either thinking it right now, you might have even sat down and said it to whoever you're with tonight, because that's the way British minds work. And the question that you are thinking, ladies and gentlemen, is, Jason, what time will this show be finished? It's not a negative, I don't take it as like an insult. Because I know it's not because you don't want to be here, it's just because the way British people are, this is the way we work. We like a good time, but we like to know that there's an end point in mind. And if we know there's an end point, then we can have a better time. Because we know it will be over at some point in the night, isn't it? That's just sort of fits, doesn't it? Fits with the way we work. So this is how it's going to work. There's going to be a first half, there's a break, and then the second half. The first half, I'm just going to come on and sort of say hello to you and have a little quick chat. And then I'm going to bring a support act on, a very funny comedian who you might have seen on Britain's Got Talent and has recently done MasterChef, and a very funny guy. And I don't always have support acts, if I'm honest. I've been a support act, and it can be pretty hard work, you know. But I know my audiences are very nice. I've supported some big, you know, when I was starting out, I supported Peter Kay, I supported Lee Evans, there's nothing worse than when you go out cold. So I like to come out at the beginning and just say hello to you first and introduce them. I'm warming up for my warm-up, essentially. But you're just left to do it. There's nothing, because the audience are building, they're all excited, they've all come out to see Lee Evans at an arena. Oh, I can't wait to see Lee Evans, it's going to be amazing. And then the lights go down. Oh my God, we're seeing our favourite comedian. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome. Oh my God, he's coming. Your support act. Oh, the whole room. Oh. You come out like, hey! They're like, piss off. Nearly crashed my car getting here. But I like to think support acts are like, they're a bit like when you go to an Indian restaurant, you get like poppadoms at the beginning, like, you didn't order them, but you're also not fucking paying for them. So just enjoy them. No, it's been good. But also, on a serious note, comedians have worked for the last sort of 18 months or so Obviously all the live venues have been closed. So one of the things I wanted to do just when I got on tour, I thought I've got 200 dates on this tour, why not get 200 comedians who've been out of work for the last 18 months to come and have a, make you lot laugh and have a good gig and a good time. So that's sort of what I thought about it. I thought it'd be a good idea, I mean, why on earth we're the last to go back as theatre goers? I do not know. I mean, who in the government was like, right, we need to start doing these mass events again. What should we do? Who should we send back first? Theatre goers or football fans? Who can we trust the most to abide by this new set of rules? Is it these 6 old ladies who ought to go and watch Mamma Mia in West End? Is it that fellow over there with the rocket up his arse in Leicester Square? Whose idea was that? Said footy fans back first. Right. My only thought is that maybe, the olden days they used to send like a canary down a mine shaft to like check for gas. If the canary didn't come back, it was too dangerous to go. That's what I did with the football fans. I think they sent them back first. Off you go, lads. What, we can go first? Hey! Yeah, let us know how you get on. So look, you're in safe hands tonight. I've been doing this job a very long time, but obviously it's very different on this occasion because usually before I even get to work in progress, I've done 2 or 3 months in comedy clubs and new material nights and just having a bit of fun and testing out jokes and stuff in a very sort of low-key affair. This is the first time that I'm genuinely working in progress at a work in progress gig. It's pretty terrifying. But I can see most of you, you're all I've got 3 empty seats there in the front row, which is weird because it is sold out. It makes me, well, basically what I think when I see 3 seats like that, I think they're on someone's fridge, those tickets. That's what's happened. It's very confusing. The date got changed 2 or 3 times. Who knows what? People got mixed up, didn't they? And now they're looking. About 2 weeks' time, one of them will go reach in to get the milk and go, oh, fucking hell, Maria! Last week! Or I guess that they were in some sort of road traffic accident or something on the way here. Anyway, I'm trying to keep it light. The reason I mention it is because you might be in a seat up at the top there at the back, and you might think, oh, not good. This is not a good view. It's a restricted view, or whatever it is. You've got a pillar in your way, or there's a bloke near you who stinks, or whatever. I don't know what's going on. But you might see those seats and think they're better seats than I've got, right? I think this is a bit of decorum, right? I'd give it about 20 minutes, right? Maybe sort of to the interval. At the beginning of the interval, at the beginning of the second half, if nobody's there, and you fancy having them, just come on down and you come and have a seat. Have a little sit in these dead people seats here or there. They might not be dead. See, that's the problem. I've had 18 months off and my filter's gone a little bit as well. Not sure what to say. Well, this is my big tip for you tonight as an audience, because you've not been an audience for 18 months as well, you're out of practice. So let me explain the best things for you to do tonight. Now, I'm looking out now and I'm seeing some absolutely beautiful smiles, some absolute crackers. You, sir, what an absolute smile. That lights up a room. It's a beautiful smile. You, sir, got a lovely smile. Madam, you've got an absolute winner as well. Some lovely smiles, right? Don't get me wrong, your smiles are lovely, but to me, in my business, smiling makes the same noise as being shit. So, what I'm saying is, your smiles mean nothing to me. Not helpful. What I will say is this: if something makes you smile tonight, let it make you laugh. If it makes you laugh, let it make you sort of do that. If it makes you do that, maybe you stand up and go, woo! No, if you've got an embarrassing laugh, don't worry about it, that's fine. Or like a high-pitched witchy laugh or a deep Barry White laugh, fine, all that. Maybe you've got one of them pig laughs. Other pig laugh, don't be ashamed of the pig laugh. The only thing I love more than the pig laugh is the surprise pig laugh that even you weren't expecting. You're laughing so much, you're like, tell a joke, or either of us tell a joke tonight and you don't get it, but the people around you are laughing, just fucking join in. Just join in. You don't look thick in front of your mates, do you? My favourite laugh is the mum laugh. I don't know if you've got your mums here. Give us a cheer, mums. A few mums in the room. Now, I'm a big fan of the mum laugh. Let me explain what the mum laugh is. It's very specific to mums. It only happens to mums. The mum laugh, and some of your mums are thinking, oh, he's not going to say that, is he? That's between you and your seat. That is not where I was going when I was talking about the mum laugh, okay? That's not you've come to the wrong show if you think I'm going to get 5 minutes. Oh, that's the mum laugh. No. The mum laugh to me, out here, is this. Do a joke, right? And someone in the room, a mum will laugh at that joke, and she will very quietly repeat the last few words of the joke to whoever she's with. Nobody knows why mums do this. They do it all over the world. You do a joke, could be like a silly joke. How do you make a snooker table laugh? You put your hands in its pockets and tickle its balls. A silly gag. You'll hear a mum just go, oh, tickle its balls. Why did they do it? It's weird. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's have a little practice round of applause. Let's have a little practice. Good, there you go, you don't need a practice, let's carry it on. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Amir Abdul-Rashid.
Thank you, good night. What's going on, people? You alright? I love Lancaster. You guys are so different. I've come from London, can you tell? You guys are so different, like you say hello to each other. If I did that in London, I would get into 5 different fights just on the way here. What do you mean, have a nice day? What if I wanted my day to be average? No. I'm so one more applause for Jason. One more applause for Jason. And he's actually like that all the time. He's genuinely a nice guy. It must be a northern thing. It's so nice to even come out here and explain what's going on. Because I wanted to just come out and pretend to be him. You know? I was going to try and convince you that this is a trip to the tanning salon that went wrong. You know? I mean, they say if you just act like you're not any different, no one notices. So I was going to put that into practice. But I'll tell you, hi, my name is Nabil. My name is Nabil Abdul-Rashid. Some of you might recognize me from mistaking me for security outside. But I can't just stand around and enjoy ambience. Everyone always assumes that I'm there to search someone or rob someone or sell drugs, right? So I do all 3. Take the drugs off him and sell them to him. How you stimulate the economy, you know? Well, some of you may recognize from Britain's Got Talent. I did Britain's Got Talent last year. Yeah, see, those are the people that voted, and the silent ones are the people that did it. That's what I did. No, but it was amazing. I got a golden buzzer. I went through to the final, but my biggest pleasure was all the people I annoyed by just existing. Right? It was fantastic. Even some Canadians. I'm not saying that they were white men, but they were. We got so many arguments backstage. Like, this one guy, he did Britain's Got Talent as well, but he didn't do as well as me because he's shit. And I don't want to say his name, but it was Nick Dixon. And his mom. No. I'm so sorry, I don't normally like this. It's all the fresh air you have here, makes me hard. No. Because I was like, Nabil, you know the reason you did better than me on Britain's Got Talent? I said, well, apart from the obvious. He said, no. What it is that you've got a good gimmick. I said, what's that then? He said, oh, you know. I said, what, the Macarena? What are you doing? He said, oh, the black stuff. I said, gimmick? Well, you think this is a gimmick? Bitch, I I woke up like this. This is not a gimmick. This would be a gimmick if during the week I was a middle-aged, middle-class white man, and then during the weekend I dressed down and blacked out. Like during the weekend I'm Nabil Abdul Rashid. But during the week I'm the Prime Minister of Canada. You know, like this is or David Williams, you know. But at least he was like, oh no, just, you know, he really gets into it. But I said, why do you black Canadians all do material about being black? I said, I don't know, I think it's a black thing. I have a feeling that's what it might be. He said, well, you know, you guys all do jokes about race, and that's not a big deal anymore. I said, well, you guys do jokes about your willies, and those are never a big deal. So, but it really screwed me, because I had my 75 coming, I was like, what am I going to do? I can't do jokes about anything else. He said, well, I know I'm black and I'm Muslim, that's what I do jokes about. But I decided I was going to change. I was like, I went on Twitter and I said, hey guys, hey Twitter, place full of nice people. I'm not going to do any jokes about Islamophobia or racism if nobody is Islamophobic or racist to me for a week. First reply. Sort off back to Africa then, you terrorists. I said, wow, the people have voted. I must deliver. I knew what they were going to vote for before they voted, but I let them vote because that's how democracy works. I said, okay, and I noticed, well, have you ever noticed how like really angry racists can't ever spell, read or write properly in the language that they're racist in? I'm like, no, there's only one K in fuck off, Darren. Like, I'm telling you, it's been a historic problem as well. Like, Adolf Hitler, his German was shit, sorry, I'm Scheiße. He spoke in a strong Austrian accent, right? And then Napoleon Bonaparte, his French was terrible because his real name was Napoleone Bonaparte. He was Sicilian Italian, he wasn't even French. And the KKK, well, they spell clan with a K. So all I'm saying, they come out with all this one guy, like, you need to be on the first boat back to Africa. Because apparently there's a boat that just goes there, right? It used to be, apparently nothing goes to any country, but you just pass outside Africa and we moonwalk all. He needs to be on the first boat. I said, my brother, if you hate me that much, why a boat? Why not a plane? It's so much faster, you know? That's how I came and they do the trick. I mean, why send me in a boat? You know, I can turn the ship around, put me on actually Muslim plane. That might not work out well either. You need to be on the first. I said, why the first boat? I'm married with 2 kids. I will never make the first boat. Okay? My wife takes forever. I can't leave her here. You guys don't like single moms. So, are there any married people in the room? Are you here with the other people you were married to? Do they know you're here? Some of you didn't wait till the breakup before you brought someone else from the seats. Huh? No. So my wife and I have been married now for 10 years. Yeah, at least that's what she tells me. I am not counting. It's been interesting. Like, we've been married for so long that we take pleasure in really small things. Like, for example, my wife and I have been trying this new thing in bed, right? Where, like, I listen to her. I know, it's crazy, right? Some women actually like freaky stuff like that. So apparently she has, like, opinions and everything. It's amazing. And I tell you, we like to watch a program called Border Force. Is anyone here? Look at you. Some of you are pretending you don't like the program. Shut up, you watch it too. You do. Don't lie. However, we like to watch Border Force because, like, I'm Nigerian and my wife is Pakistani. So, like, what we do is we watch it and we keep score of whose relatives are being reported. Oh no, they got Mr. Khan 3-0. I love the program, but it's so horrible, right? Because they go away, and for those of you who don't watch it, they go to all places and they try and catch illegal immigrants, and it's so messed up because they use like stereotypes about each ethnicity to catch them. So like whenever they want to catch an Asian, they always go to like this really dodgy takeaway and kick out and like, pow, Mr. Khan, and then there's this guy making a curry. That's not me, man. I'm not Mr. Khan. My name is Michelangelo. You're Mr. Khan. Oh, no, that's not me, man. That's not me. But you're in the restaurant, you would say, no, I don't work here. I'm just here for helping my cousin brother. Your brother, your brother, my cousin, brother's brother, cousin, brother. Well, wait, this is in your restaurant? No. You're not Mr. Khan? No. Then why is your picture on the wall? Because I'm sexy guy, yeah. I love it whenever they come to get Nigerians. Like, Nigerians always escape. Nigerians always escape. Not because we run, but because a true Nigerian always answers a question with a question, right? So like they turn up immigration. Hey you, Nigerian. Who? Me? Where are you going? What's your business? Have you been in this country for a long time? How long is long? Mate, do you even have a passport? Would you like to buy one? Oh, it's weird because growing up, I've lived half my life in the UK and half my life in Nigeria, so I'm equally unwelcome in both countries. And people threaten me with deportation all the time online. They don't realize that I got deported first by my dad, right? And I brought home, my dad's a doctor, he's a Nigerian doctor, so he's very strict, he's really into education, and I came home with a B in English. My dad lost his mind. Ah, you're failing, stupid boy, you're dumb. It's from your mom. And he's like, you know what, we put too much pressure on you, boy. Go pack your bags, we're going to Disneyland, right? You know how cold that is to make me pack my own bags? I went in there, pack my own bags. We turned up at the airport, I didn't ask any questions, like, why are all these Nigerian kids going to Disneyland? I fell asleep on the plane line that I woke up, we were not at Disneyland. We were at the Lion King. Uncle Scar was outside taking bribes. It was interesting we're up there because things are very different in Nigeria. Like Nigeria was ranked #1 most corrupt country in the world. Right? Am I standing? What the hell was that? Okay, we'll just pretend that didn't happen. So Nigeria was ranked one of the most corrupt countries in the world. Numbers 2, 3, and 4 were India, Pakistan, and Bangladesh. Which is nuts, because that's one country so corrupt, it split into 3. And Nigeria still beat them, right? Nigeria at the time was so corrupt, it's the only country in the world you have to put, this house is not for sale, on your wall. Because I remember this one time, my auntie came home and said, oh, I just got into real estate. Turns out she sold the house to 4 people. It wasn't even her house. So my dad, he had us all go to school in Nigeria, and he was like, he used to say to us, boys, you must read. Education is important. Education is you must read, because you can't get dumber from reading. Because my dad doesn't read the Sun or the Daily Mail, so he doesn't know any better. And he had us all go to international private schools in Nigeria, which means in Nigeria, in my class, I was the only black kid. Man, because I moved to London in my class, there was only one white kid. Sad, because after Brexit, he's not here anymore. I remember walking down the street when Brexit happened. It was such a weird time. I remember because we had just been kicked out of the Euros by Iceland, and then voted out of Europe by people who shop at Iceland. And I was walking down the street, right, and this guy in the car zoomed by and said, oi, man, yeah, you, Brexit. I was like, yeah, no. I was like, this idiot thinks he just voted me out because he voted out in Brexit. You don't get a time like this from Europe, rude boy. Not even INF, fam. We didn't get rid of the man there, we got rid of the competition. They were taking our jobs too. I mean, seriously, though, that referendum thing was deep. That sounds like a spell from Harry Potter. Referendum! And the person you're fighting disappears and reappears in Poland. But it's all that, you learned a lot. You did. It's been one night after another. But, we got through it again. We got through COVID. We got through it. And I learned so much. I spent a lot of time with my wife. We got to talking and is anyone here a parent? Yeah, I watch all these things where guys talk about, childbirth is so beautiful. Sorry, what was that? Did someone say, did someone just find out he's not the father? I mean, this is about to turn into a different show if that's the case. As long as it wasn't me, I want to know who it was. No, like people talk about childbirth. They always say childbirth is the most beautiful thing you could ever possibly see as a human being. And you know what? I was there for both of us, my kids, and I can confirm that that's a lie. Childbirth is not beautiful. Who made up that lie? Listen, I grew up in Nigeria. I live in London. I've seen things, but nothing is scarier than just, if you are here with your missus, I advise you, when she's about to give birth, catch fire, catch hail, catch Murphy, die, don't go. Don't go in the store, stay in the hospital. It was like a scene from a horror movie. There was mist everywhere. I finally feel my way into the maternity ward, find my wife levitating over the hospital bed. I tried to run away, she spots me. You did this to me. Look at me. I used to be beautiful. Then her head starts spinning around 360 degrees. Projectile looking blah, blah. Now in the movies, push. They make them sense. My wife has grown horns and like, I try to run away. She grabs my hand, starts crushing my hand. I'm like, ah! She's like, shut up, feel my pain, feel my pain. Give me the gas. The gas does nothing. How do women get so strong when they're giving birth, right? She throws me across the room. She's only like 5'1", I weigh 25 stones. She throws me across the room. I bounce off the wall and knock myself out. The midwives all come in dressed like demonic nuns going, there's blood coming from the walls. Everything's floating in the room. The doctor turns up, yanks the baby out of my wife. It's not moving, he slaps the baby. My baby turns on and slaps him back. At least that's why I remember. I was high on the gas at the time. That gas is something, I tell you. But I'm trying to mature. It's hard when you do a job like this to be like a mature person that does like, people who do regular jobs have to be mature. As a comedian, it's hard to get rid of your childish nature. Like my wife tells me off this all the time. I love to troll. I love trolling people online, especially like right-wing fascist type people, right? It's just fun to do, right? I can't help it. I didn't choose the troll life. The troll life chose me, right? Like one of my favorite people to troll is Britain First. They have any fans of Britain First in the room? Good, this would have been awkward. I love to troll Britain First, right? Because for those who don't know, they're basically a terrorist group. I say that because one of them murdered a politician on British soil. The first people to do that since the IRA took out Sir Mountbatten, but that doesn't count because they did it at sea. Bit of facts for that. But these guys recently on their Facebook page came out and they put up a picture of Jesus on their page. Not the real one, the blonde one. And they were like, this is our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. And I said, that's not the Messiah, that's a very pasty boy. And then the admin who lost my what? You trying to say Jesus wasn't what? I said, well, there were no Swedes in Bethlehem at the time. So what I'm saying is that Bjorn Jesus over there is not the proper article. He more likely had an afro. This guy absolutely lost it. You don't talk to us about Jesus, you pussy. Everybody knows you guys hate Jesus. I said, hey, that is not true. How could we hate Jesus? I mean, even you guys, every time you draw his mom, she's wearing a hijab. Every time you draw him, he's got like a big beard, sandals, and a long gown. Dressed like that, he's not making it through any airport. And hey, it says he washed his hands and feet when he prayed, right? Sound familiar? And he got stitched up by the government, didn't get a fair trial, and was sentenced to the worst possible sentence for a crime against the state. Jesus was clearly Muslim. Dude, the admin had a complete meltdown and blocked me. But you know how I know he was really mad? Is that after blocking me on the page, he inboxed me as himself, right? He inboxed me and he was like, you're right, Lloyd. Now, I don't know if he actually sounded like that, but that's how I read it. He's like, you're right, Lloyd, listen, I know who you are, and I must admit, you're kind of funny, right? But I don't appreciate you harassing Britain First and calling us terrorists. I said, why not? He said, well, just because one or two of us have done some crazy stuff doesn't mean you can paint the rest of us with the same brush. I said, Mashallah, Habibi. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Ahlan wa sahlan. And he was like, yeah, man, I'll have that with chips. So also, Mike, I've been doing some thinking. I said, that must be very hard for you. So I've been doing some thinking about what you said, and you're wrong, right? You're wrong. Jesus couldn't have been black or Muslim. Because everybody knows, everybody knows, I'm not making this up, everybody knows that Jesus Christ was Greek. I swear to Allah, he said this. Jesus was Greek. I mean, that explains why they always draw him looking like George Michael. You know, waking up before you go gives a whole new dimension to the resurrection. But you know what? Don't laugh. Maybe he was right. Maybe his real name was Justiceopolis Christopopoulou. And on that fateful day, he gave the people fish, bread, and meze, which is why he went on to be known as the Messiah. You guys be great. Thank you.